Introducing Oakley Meta Vanguard, the new performance AI glasses designed for athletes with an action-ready ultra-wide camera, powerful open-ear speakers, and built-in Meta AI that syncs with your Garmin devices for real-time insights while you train. Take your performance to the next level with Oakley Meta Vanguard. Athletic intelligence is here. Learn more on meta.com.
Thursday Night Football is on, and it's only on Prime Video.
That's going to be caught.
This week, the Minnesota Vikings head west to face the Los Angeles Chargers.
They'll take that all day.
Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with football's best party. TNF Tonight, presented by Verizon. Not a Prime member? Not a problem. Simply sign up for a 30-day free trial. It's the Vikings and the Chargers, Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime Video. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
This episode is presented by State Farm. Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like expecting the leadership of a team captain on the football field, but getting a sea captain. You wouldn't settle for just anything for your team. Shouldn't it be the same for your insurance? So don't settle for just any insurance when you can go with a leader. State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Well, it's officially official. Brandon Graham is officially back in midnight, this week, Kelly Green. Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is, covering news, notes, and opinions on your favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, right here on the Eagles Pinpoll Podcast Network. I'm Phil Stifel. You can also find me hosting Trending in the AM, live on the STT Sports Network. You check it out. I got 8 a.m. today. We'll be talking all things Eagles and Brandon Graham, and also Sixers kickoff of their season. Make sure you check it out. I got it linked below. Would greatly appreciate you tuning in and bringing your opinions to that show as well. And guys, yes, on Tuesday, Brandon Graham announced that he is ending his retirement and coming back to the Philadelphia Eagles for a 16th season, bringing his 76-plus sacks back to Philadelphia to help an Eagles defense that is massively, massively lacking at the edge position. A lot of talk throughout the day on Tuesday about Brandon Graham. Why is he coming back? Should he come back? What does it mean for this Eagles defense? First and foremost, Brandon Graham said he did not want to retire. He thought he had more left in the tank, but he was not going to consider going and playing for any other organization but the Eagles. So when the Eagles reached out asking him if he'd be interested in coming back here this week, there was no hesitation. It was a done deal. When Vic Fangio spoke on Tuesday, he said he had been teasing Brandon Graham about coming back and that he should never have retired in the first place. So I believe Vic Fangio is on board with the return of Brandon Graham as well. Look, he's not young anymore. He is 37 years old. It will be his 16th season. How much to expect out of him is still to be determined. But right now, as Vic Fangio said, he does not think he will have Azeez Ojulari, who got hurt in the game against the Vikings. Right now, your edge rushing team on the Eagles, that department, you've got Jalen Sun, you've got Patrick Johnson, and you've got Josh Uche, and that's it. Yeah, obviously, Jahad Campbell played some outside because of Nakobe Dean being back in the fold on defense. But you have 3 edge rushers right now. So Brandon Graham, while Vic Fangio spoke, it might take him a little while to get up to game-shaped speed. There won't be much of a transition to learn the defense because it's the same defense as last year, maybe a few different parts. But the same schemes are there. they're going to need him to step in immediately and play some snaps. Maybe not a lot of snaps week 1. Well, week 8, his first week of the season. But he is going to be needed to perform immediately on this defense. I spoke on Training the AM on Tuesday morning about, the rumors of this and how I hope this isn't it. I hope that Howie Roseman doesn't see Brandon Graham back in the building and say, well, him being back, Nolan Smith will be back in a few weeks. Jahad Campbell's getting slid to the outside by Vic Fangio. We're good there. You still need to bring in another edge rusher, someone else that can get pressure on the quarterback, because you know what? The big weakness on this team right now is that some people might say it's the offense or the running game, the offensive line, cornerback too. No, getting pressure and sacking the quarterback right now is the biggest weakness. So Brandon Graham, for whatever reason that he's coming back, whether he was bored, I had somebody on Trending in the AM say he might have been bored with retirement and not enough media opportunities coming his way. You know what? Whatever the reasons are, it is good for the Eagles. It also brings a certain swagger back to the defense. The trash talking, the getting in players' faces, the leadership, the things that Brandon Graham brings far outweigh the fact that he's a 37-year-old guy that hasn't played since the Super Bowl. So it's great to see Brandon Graham back. What will we get this week against the Giants from him? I don't know. Based off of just necessity, he'll probably be out there for a half a dozen to a dozen snaps, but he brings a lot of leadership to the locker room and a lot of things that this team needs. Vic Fangio did speak mostly about that, but did talk about Ja'Cory Bennett coming back soon and that he will get a look at cornerback too. We don't know much about Adoree Jackson's injury, when he'll be back. He did speak about Drew Makuba, but in a very interesting way. Talked about how his season's been very uneven, was the word he used so far this year, and he needs to be more consistent. But he didn't go as far as to say he's going to be losing any of his snaps on defense. So I thought that was a really interesting thing. And going up against the Giants again, Vic Fangio did talk about how a lot of teams are going to regret passing on Jackson Dart, the quarterback-needy teams that passed on him in the draft. A lot of teams. Vic Fangio has spoken several times this year very positively about Jackson Dart, the Giants quarterback. Let's hope he's got a game plan. Obviously, his game plan didn't work 2 weeks ago when we faced him, but hopefully there is a game plan to stop him. Some other random Eagles statistics. The Eagles on offense are 7.9 points per game scored in the first quarter, tops in the NFL, but 3.7 points per game fourth quarter, last in the NFL. There's a big difference. Last year, the Eagles started slow constantly and had to ramp it up as the game went along. The Eagles are starting hot and not completing games. So that's something to look for going forward. Some more Jalen Hurts stats just for the fun of it here today before we wrap this up. He's got 108.9 quarterback ranking. It's the highest ever for an Eagles quarterback through 7 games of the season. Just take that into account. And in NFL history, he's only the third quarterback through 7 games to have over a 70% completion percentage, 11 or more touchdowns, and 1 or less interceptions. Only 2 other quarterbacks have ever done that through 7 weeks, Drew Brees and Alex Smith. Drew Brees, who's been very critical of this Eagles team. But yeah, anyway, back to the defensive end. I want to say again, I've been trying to mention it every day whenever I'm talking Eagles, and that's Nakobe Dean, and how underappreciated, underrated his small performance was in the last game against the Vikings. And it does free up Jahad Campbell to be all over the field. And Vic Fangio did mention how Jahad Campbell's got to learn more, got to figure more out in that. But Nakobe Dean being back, I want to see his snap count go up from 31 this upcoming week against the Giants, because I think he brings a certain leadership on the field as well that this defense has lacked. So you got Nakobe Dean back. You're getting Brandon Graham back. This defense is starting to turn a corner, hopefully, going this week against the Giants. Then you got a bye week to get everybody healthy and back on the field for the following week on Monday Night Football against the Green Bay Packers. But anyway, Brandon Graham's back. Welcome back, number 55. Let's see if you got anything in the tank. Let's see what you got. Let's see some of that swagger back on the field. Everybody have a great Wednesday. Go Birds, and Bubbles up.
Welcome to Sephora. I'm looking for a perfume that's not too perfumey. I got you.
Serum moisturizer or moisturizer serum.
Let's get into layering.
My concealer is making me look worse.
Sounds like the wrong shade. Let's get you matched.
There's only one store that really gets what you're going for. Get beauty from people who get beauty. Only at Sephora.
Hi,
Let's get you a basket.
Dripping in gold? That's cool. Dripping in Velveeta's supremely creamy golden cheesiness? That's respect. Elevate your drip with Velveeta's range of outrageously delicious dips and dishes. Shells, cheese, melty blocks, and heat and eat queso that go all in on indulgence. Flex on your fam with a creamy, cheesy masterpiece and go all in on what you love with Velveeta. Respect the drip and satisfy your cravings. Bring home the drip with Velveeta.
This episode is brought to you by Casamigos Tequila. What do you bring to a holiday party? Simple. A bottle of Casamigos. Because nothing gets the party started like a Casamigos margarita, which isn't just for summer. In fact, it's the perfect pour all year round. Casamigos is the gift that always feels right. Because anything goes with my Casamigos. Please drink responsibly. Imported by Casamigos Spirits Company, White Plains, New York. Casamigos Tequila, 40% alcohol by volume.
Experience a membership that backs your business journey with American Express Business Platinum. When you pay with membership rewards points for all or part of an eligible flight booked with a qualifying airline through Amex Travel, you can get 35% of those points back, up to 1 million points back per calendar year. American Express Business Platinum. There's nothing like it. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum.
This episode is brought to you by Contentful. Marketers, you know that feeling when your creative clicks? When that social post sends engagement through the roof? When your outside-of-the-box campaign hits ROI positive? When a personalized homepage turns prospects into customers? It's utter marketing bliss. Contentful helps you create tailored omni-channel experiences without working overtime. No stress, no limits, only possibilities. Get the feels at Contentful.com.